Hi y'all. Hi Cancers. I'm Yonjo with Teresa's Change Tarot, and I'm here to do your November reading. So let's get started. Oh, I want to say thanks to all the folks who have liked, subscribed, and shared my videos, and commented and everything. Like, I appreciate it. So yeah, yay! So let's get started. So your first card for your overall message is toxic. And then Terra, and then failure. So there's a lot of very intense energy here. So toxic, obviously referring to a situation that is not serving your higher purpose. And earth, I think, is referring to home or earth energy or feeling grounded. And then yeah, so basically what I think it's saying is that whatever toxic situation that you're in right now is preventing you from feeling grounded and is leading you to feel very unsuccessful, very stagnated. So I think a lot of what this reading is going to address, or this overall reading is going to address, is ways to kind of change or engage with or mitigate this sort of toxic energy that is in your life right now. Yeah, and I think a lot of it has to do with either home, or it also has to do with toxicity around childhood trauma that's happened, that is making you feel like a failure. So there's a lot of essentially toxic thoughts, toxic situations, environments connected to your home that's making you feel ungrounded. Not even just your home, but the place of comfort that's making you feel like unsuccessful, like a failure, like you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing. So, all right, so let's move on to your left portion of your reading. So for the singles here, we have Two of Wands and the Six of Pentacles in the reverse. So definitely this speaks to a sense of unbalance, and you're trying to figure out whether to stay or go in a situation, whether it's I think whether to stay or go in the way you engage with someone. So I think, alright, so whether to stay or go in terms of, so to clarify that situation, you have the Hermit in reverse. So it seems like what's been happening is that you've been in the dating world, dating situations or whatever, that have made you feel like you've been taking more than you've been giving, more than you've been receiving, and so it's not mutually reciprocal. So you're trying to figure out whether to stay or go. And this sort of in your shell here. So whether or not, I mean, because the Hermit is related to the sign of, I can't look it up on there. But yeah, so you're trying to figure out whether or not to, whether or not to stay or go in this situation, whether or not to stay in your shell, whether or not to go put yourself back out there in the dating world because you feel so drained. You're like, it's just gonna happen again. I mean, that's kind of where the Six is too, is like a pattern. I mean, that's more related to the Eight of Pentacles, but I think it still has to do with something happening repetitively, because it's like this balancing act. So it's like giving or taking. Giving or taking, giving or taking. So, sorry, I'm just like, my street is right there, so I'm like, please take my trash. So, yeah, so with the Queen of, sorry, let me slow down. So yeah, so that's basically what the situation is for singles, trying to explore whether or not to put yourself back out there. So now we're gonna move on to the couples. So you have the Queen of Cups and the Six of Wands. So right now, there's a dynamic around you feeling very proud. I'm like, is that a good pride or a bad pride? I mean, it's not a good or bad, but ooh, I mean, that's so to clarify the Six of Wands, you have the Two of Swords. So I think there's a dynamic in your relationship where you feel very indecisive of whether or not this relationship is. I think it again points to this balance, this equilibrium, like whether or not it's balanced. So you're going back and forth and feel very indecisive around whether or not to feel proud about this relationship. Yeah, whether or not to feel proud, whether or not to almost like put it publicly. I'm like, y'all would know what that means, but these are the messages I'm getting, like whether or not to put this publicly. So, yeah, I mean, right now you are fully in your element. So, you're fully in your element, and you feel very intuitive, like nurturing, psychically connected, all those things. So, because you're in that fully in your element, because I think it's very much speaking to you, you're trying to figure out whether or not it's worth it to keep going. You're like, whoa, I really like, kind of like gassed up. So should I stay or should I go? I mean, there's a lot of 2 and 6s. So there's a lot of 2 and 6s. So it's indecision around whether or not to stay or go because of a imbalance in your relationship. I'm like, I should pull another card. One more card. Oops. One more card. I think 2 more cards. Yeah, so there's like some sort of internal conflict that you're going with because I think it's saying, so, okay, sorry, I didn't even show y'all the cards. So it's the King of Wands, or the King of Swords, and the Five of Wands in the reverse. So 5 of Wands has to do with releasing conflict. Moving away from conflict, and King of Swords has to be means being very calculating and very calculating and very logical, and using that energy to kind of address situations. So I think that's just your advice card. Your advice card is just kind of release the conflict around it, kind of distance yourself from the situation and really evaluate it from this King of Swords perspective. Yeah. All right, so let's go to your career and work, your work and passions reading. So the first card you have is the Chariot, and then the Mother of Cups in reverse. Again, the Queen of Cups comes up again, and the Four of Swords in reverse. So you're moving forward in a way that is very, like I said, very toxic. So I think it's speaking to go back to the love reading, it's something that just popped up for me because it's connecting to this like toxicity here in this work reading, is that whatever kind of like give and take, this over giving, I think really goes back to like some sort of childhood trauma or some sort of childhood way of engaging with your family or with your people around you, is just giving a lot so you can feel better in return. So that's probably what that speaks to. And then here too, I think it's the same sort of like dynamic of like moving forward, like trying to control your emotions. I mean, this card I'm pretty sure has to do with the cancer. So yeah, so you're moving forward in a way that you feel like is very controlled, but actually is draining you and you're kind of like, it's like almost exposing your worst self. It's not exposing your higher self, is what I'm saying. It's kind of bringing out, what specifically is it bringing out? Okay, it's bringing out this. So to clarify, the Mother of Cups reverse, it's the Devil reverse. So it's bringing out this sort of obsession, and the energy is asking you to sort of release that obsession, that kind of being chained to the situation. I mean, like I said, it's a very toxic situation, but you're continuing to move forward on it. You're being hella gung-ho about it, but then this card is saying like you're being burnt out because of it. Yeah, so Tower reverse, and you know it. There's gonna be a situation where it's just gonna expose you. I'm like, you're gonna be exposed because this Tower reverse is like, you already know you're not getting the refuge, the rest, the solace that you need. and because you're obsessing and you're moving forward with something you have no business of moving forward on. No business. No business. That, one more card, okay. Yeah, so you have the Three of Swords in reverse. I think once you kind of let go of the situation, you'll be able to really heal, and you'll be able to kind of move forward, and you'll be able to heal. You'll be able to release all this toxicity, obviously, once you move forward. So, cards like to be obvious. So, the next part is spirituality and community. Again, you have Three of Swords here, the Child of Cups, also known as the Page of Cups, and the Justice card, or the Balance card, also known as the Justice. So, yeah, I think this is bringing up a lot of childhood stuff. Like with the Three of Swords, in this deck it's called creativity. Creativity goes back to the fifth house, which is ruled by Leo, and also the fifth house rules children too. And then right next to it you have the Child of Cups reversed, the Page of Cups reversed, the Feeler. And Justice is about kind of karmically evening things out. So, yeah, so to feel very fulfilled, you're gonna have to unroot whatever, to dig up, unroot whatever pain that you're still carrying, or you continue to carry. I mean, this is what you have, like I said, to clarify there too, is the Nine of Cups. Nine of Cups is emotional fulfillment, so it's something that you definitely can reach. It's just a matter of addressing why this Page of Cups has turned reverse. And I think too, with the pages are about messages, so it's internalizing some sort of emotional messages in a very harmful way, and it's blocking you from achieving this Nine of Cups energy. But I think once you are able to kind of be at peace with the fact that this justice card, this Justice card is possible. Like maybe it feels so far out of reach that things could be evened out. Like you can achieve some sort of like acknowledgement for all the things that you've gone through. But I think it's definitely possible with this Nine of Cups present. It's just a matter of doing that self-work and seeing too how the people around you are kind of feeding into this sort of negative self-talk. Like who are the people who are replicating the relationships you had as a child? Like get rid of those people, because you can be able to get to this Nine of Cups reverse, or this Nine of Cups energy, and connect to this karmic balancing. Yeah. It's a lot. It's a lot, kids or shit. I'm like, shit. There's a lot going on this month. Like, whew. Sorry, my cat is over there. So the messages, the advice that y'all have is, I trust a change unfolding in my life. Very beautiful. My emotions move through cycles and connect me to my truth. Yeah. And then I meet resistance with kindness. So, again, all this energy is referring to change. It's referring to really connecting with your truth in a very honest way. That's what it's saying. Very much connect to your truth in a very honest way, and it will help you be productive. Trust the change of flowing in my life. Yeah, I think all the messages together, there's not one particular one that's standing out, but I think all of them together is saying, like, connect with yourself in a very honest way. Move with the ways of yourself in a very honest way. And that means like digging up the shit that is very nerve-wracking. I meet resistance, resistance around from others. Because when you try to make these moves, people are going to try to block you. I mean, that's just real talk. People are trying to block you when they know you're trying to make changes. So meet that with kindness. Don't try to lash back. Don't try to, clap back in a way that's destructive. Like, just focus on yourself. Yeah. So thanks for watching. If you like a personal reading from me, email me at truthischangetarot@gmail.com and follow me on Instagram, truthischangetarot. And yeah, blessings.